Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, there really isn't much to play for tonight. They're not making the playoffs. They're not making the play-in game. Regardless of what happens, they're going to finish with the fourth worst record in the league. So that begs the question, why are we here? Well, someone's got to be. It's not going to be LaMelo Ball. It's not going to be Gordon Hayward. It's not going to be Terry Rozier. Just as the case the last couple of games, they're sitting out. And during that stretch, you can make the argument that the Hornets have played some of their worst basketball of the season. 3 straight losses, all by 20 or more points. It's Steve Clifford. He's not deterred. He wants his team to bounce back and finish the year strong.
I want us to play well against Houston. I mean, when you're the coach, Chicago was not okay with me. But the 2 Toronto games, our guys played hard. We did a lot of good things against a good team. And that's my whole thing right now is just today.
And it's a good time to win, for as bad as the Hornets have been this season, Houston's been worse. They actually have the second worst record in the entire league. Tip time is at 7. I do want to correct you. This is the final home game of the season. They do play one more Sunday at Cleveland. Reporting from the Spectrum Center, I'm Mike Lissette, Queen City News.
Yeah, we got to end on a good note here tonight, especially at home, right?
Exactly. And since we're playing Houston, Mike, you're saying there is a chance. Thank you. From the hardwood to the pitch, the Charlotte FC.
And it's the last home game of the season for the Hornets. We're talking about the season that was, live at the Spectrum Center, coming up. Yeah, you certainly said it. You don't need to rub it in there a little bit more, but it has been tough. Just 2 games left to go. Sunday, they're at Cleveland. Tonight, as you said, they're taking on Houston. After that, whole lot of nothing. They're not making the playoff game. They're not making the playoffs. All they got is summer vacation and a lot of time to think about what went wrong this season, and there was a lot of it. Of course, some of it was not in their control. Obviously, the Miles Bridges situation, all the injuries, LaMelo Ball going down. But then you have to take some responsibility. We saw a lot of bad basketball, especially post-All-Star break, and that's something that Steve Clifford was not happy with the other day.
We had done a good job forcing turnovers, right? And since then we have not. The other part of that is it's the second chance points. You know, we were, I want to say like 7th or something like that. Well, we were there. I know this. We're just around 3 points less per game on offensive rebound, second chance points since the All-Star break. That's a lot of points.
And the Hornets enter this game a loser of 3 in a row. And just like in those last 3 games, a number of big stars not going to play. No LaMelo Ball, no Gordon Hayward, no Terry Rozier. In light of that, all I can say is I'm available. I could play. I haven't been asked yet, but I'm just saying the night is young. Guys, back to you.
You do have your sneakers on, right? I mean, you're right on the court, ready to go. All you have to do is take the jacket off. I don't see what the issue is there, Mike.
Yeah. And I'd play hurt, broken finger and all.
Yeah, that's true. I have heard that. All right, Mike, thanks so much.
Inching closer to game time at the Spectrum Center, it's the Hornets and Rockets. The final home game of the season for Charlotte, who is scheduled to miss the playoffs for the 7th year in a row. Now, even though this year seemed almost doomed from the start, there were some positives. Mark Williams, in particular, really came into his own after the trade from Mason Plumlee. When healthy, LaMelo Ball looked as good as ever, and Dennis Smith on the defensive end was spectacular. Remember the effort he put on Steph Curry and the Warriors came back at the start of the season. Kelly Oubre's offensive skills also started to really form, and then there was the fans. Steve Clifford said despite all the setbacks and tough times this season, he was very thankful they continued to come out and support the team.
We have great fans, and, my experience when I was here last time in the playoffs where they were, a big part of it. I go all the way back to when I first started in the league. The fan base here was phenomenal. So, we get back so that we're a playoff team. I mean, they'll be a big part of it.
Fans hoping for a winner, and so is Steve Clifford. Now, regardless of what happens in this game, the Hornets are guaranteed to finish with the 4th worst record in the NBA this season. So because of that, a lot of the big names are sitting. No Ball in this one, no Hayward, no Rozier. A lot of guys out, but that's a good thing for some of the younger guys who are looking to prove themselves and guarantee themselves a spot on the roster next season. Highlights and reaction to this one coming up tonight on Charlotte Sports Live. We're also talking about Charlotte FC's game tomorrow in Salt Lake, previewing the NASCAR race, and a big transfer today. A major player from North Carolina is leaving town and going to Michigan to play for Juwan Howard. I'll tell you who that is. It's all coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on Charlotte Sports Live. Reporting live from the Spectrum Center, I'm Mike Lissette, Twin City News.
100 guys in the portal right now. I mean, it's just been complete chaos over the last few years since we've added this. And obviously, when you look at Carolina preseason, I mean, this might be one of the biggest disappointments.
Let me say this. I mean, this just sums up the craziness of this transfer portal.
Yeah.
You have a guy who leaves a program that didn't make it to the NCAA tournament to join a program that didn't make it to the NCAA tournament that just lost their best player in Hunter Dickinson, that is joining a team that is probably one season away from having Juwan Howard losing his job.